All right, everybody, here we go. We are now approaching our 8th hour of casting, but it is so exciting to be bringing you the ace game of the grand finals. We have here playing on Eindhoven country in the south side, playing as the Soviets, it is CreativeName, and his teammate playing as the Brits, it is the Seeking Guy.
In the North Spawn, we have Gold Path 2, the historical 2v2 champions of Company Heroes 2. On the left side, we have Scotch playing as Wehrmacht once again, and Nagano with OKW, who's already locked in special operations.
Yep,
He's
there
not
really
playing
is.
around this time.
No, we were just talking in the lobby about actually, do they throw in a curveball for game 5? But Nagano and Scotch, I think traditionally they're just kind of very rigid in this. Nagano has always played Special Operations Doctrine. This really is his commander. CreativeName, by the way, also going with a commander pick. He's gone for mechanized support tactics, so going to be seeing an ISU.
Quite delicious on this map. It's a little awkward with the hills, the elevation, but it's still nice and open, so I don't think it's a bad pick at all. But fortunately, Scotch does have an elephant option, which is also quite strong. But will he be able to tell in time, or I didn't really look at CreativeName's other options if he has other guards. Last game he had guard rifle support, so that's one other guard commander with KV1. So he might be throwing him a curveball.
Well, we'll see. Start of this game, actually, we just saw Noggano, his Stern Pioneers. He was playing aggressive on the right-hand side, and an aggressive start game is absolutely what we need to see right now, but it was really well thwarted by Seeking Guy, who just had his Tommies come in an incredible position to push that away. Also, a CreativeName is there to support. You'll notice these guys are playing together at the moment. Probably, like, really emboldened by the fact that they're in an ace game of this tournament, and it's like their first appearance in this sense, and it's so good to see a team like this just step in and play against Gold Path 2 the way they have been.
Honestly, I think most people, just as default, they're going to be rooting for Seeking and CreativeName just because they want to see someone else win. I think that's fair to say, and not to discredit anything Scotch and Nagano accomplished, but want some fresh faces in the first place spot.
Look at this. Oh, I thought they were just managing to get green cover there from the MG42 in the fuel point, but not quite. There's a low health Tommy, by the way, from Seeking Guy. This is going to be a late retreat, but fortunately Stern Pioneers have lost a model and not going to get that close range damage. Could be a late retreat from the Volksgrenadier. Universal Carrier did have the option to chase that, because it's very unlikely for OKW to have a Faust at this point. But look at the map control at the moment. Really good map control for Seeking and Creative right at the start.
Universal Carrier playing a big part in that now. He'll be controlling this sector quite easily with the Vickers machine gun.
I feel so sorry for Nagano here. He's actually having to capture the fuel, even though they just can't connect it at the moment. They haven't even got the strategic point outside of the base captured. It's just about denying this fuel to the allies right now, but they've got so many strategic points that their fuel income is going to be good regardless of that fuel point being denied. And look at the harsh way that they cut the resources on the left.
Yeah, and Seeking's already responded to this decap. He's gonna easily overpower Nagano here in this fight.
I'm gonna try and get in there before it's capped. It's gonna just stop that cap right at the last second. Axis do manage to recapture the strategic point to connect their fuel in the west. So that's alright at the moment. Nagano and Scotch and haven't lost anything. That's the key thing. We want to kind of see actually how they're trading is the important thing.
Nagano just fed up with how this fight has been going in the south and just tactical control grouped his way through. Got his sweeper up. Let's see, what is Scotch up to? He's trying to recapture territory, wiring up some sandbags. These Tommies are gonna have to get out of here. Nice usage of the suppressing fire. Guess the most dangerous unit there. Suppressed. As well as the Volt. So how quickly it suppresses is insane. It's like 1.5 bursts. 5-man Tommies as well.
Oh, this Volks Grenadier squad needs to be careful here because it's just outside of the cover. That sometimes allows the squad to be suppressed. And,
fortunately for him, the suppressing fire ran.
That's good.
But yeah, guys, don't forget, just because you see that green insignia showing you're in green cover, if your whole squad isn't in cover, they can still get suppressed. So that one unit screws it up for everyone else. One model.
Mechanized regiment going down there for Noggano. 222. And the 222 normally is assigned for Jaeger armor, but Scotch has gone for German infantry doctrine. They've left themselves without an elephant now. And they're going to be up against an ISU in this game if it goes to late game. I don't know, Momo. What do you think about that?
I think they're just going to have to try to win before the ISU comes out. Or hope that they make some kind of mistake. Kind of in the opposite sense where we had on the crossing where they had the IS-2 but then got countered by the elephant, yet they were still able to defeat the elephant because of how well they were playing. So it's still possible. All it takes is the ISU to get caught out of position, get snared, and then have that Man Panther mark target, and it can get focused down. But right now, they should just be focusing on surviving. They're getting their shit pushed in.
Some more suppressing fire come in there. Looks like the scout car is trying to find its way over to the universal carrier. Nagano, after taking the VP defeats that they have in some of the games in the series, is focusing on that right-hand side at the moment. It's so fragile for Scotch and Nagano though. 21 munitions in can come at the moment. They're quite far behind on fuel as well.
222 is doing a great job at holding them back. AEC isn't quite out yet, it's in production. And CreatifeName is delayed a bit on his tier 3 production. He's pretty past the point of an early T70. It's already at the 8-minute mark and he's just not going to be able to start producing this tech structure.
Seeking Guy is going to have an interesting choice here. I mean, actually, having a Commando Regiment, Royal Artillery Regiment, and Engineer Regiment. I actually think probably it's going to be Royal Artillery Regiment on this map. Has been for so many other players. And it's great on a map like this because there's a lot of indirect fire naturally that comes in on Eindhoven. So actually having the early warning flares from Artillery Regiment can be really good at just helping to spot for things like the Katusha. Oh, here's the Puma. Universal Carrier is moving away, slightly scared. AEC is trying to ground attack through the hedgerow. Not sure what the Universal Carrier is doing there. Maybe trying to bait the Puma in, but that's not a good idea. Tommy's in a pretty favorable fight here. They've bolstered the infantry sections now, so they are now 5-man squads. Oh wow, Seeking Guy throwing in a curveball is actually going to go for Commando Regiment, which gives them late game air supremacy. But nice. Do you know what? Actually, we overlook things like mortar cover. We overlook like how aggressive the Brits can be when they have abilities like mortar cover down.
And let's not forget the commandos themselves are really, really powerful on this right side of the map. There's so many places they can hide and ambush your squads, let alone just hide behind green cover, sandbags, and camo up. So it's a good attrition unit. It's not as wow like an AVRE, but they play their role pretty. Pack 40's out for Scotch.
Under fire! Enemy squad has us targeted!
T70 is also out now. A little bit late, but still quite a lot of fun to be had. Poking at these Grands from a perfect angle. Pack quite can't reach it yet. Puma's popping up itself. AC's about to... Okay, he did that little insta reverse that some co-vehicles do sometimes when you're moving at full speed and all of a sudden reversing at full speed right after.
We're still seeing that VP aggression from CreativeName and Seeking Guy. Conscripts here just got to get rid of some pioneers on the other side. They could probably run in there, to be honest. I don't see any minefields, so I'm not sure what the fuss is about. AEC now finds the Puma and wants to engage.
Both sides have repairs readily available for their light scout cars, so just trading some experience there is what it was. Conscripts running through the middle, trying to dislodge this pack position. Where's this MG42 at? There it is. One model was in the suppression range there. Got suppressed.
This is a really strong ace game from the allied factions right now. They're going to triple cap. It's 11 minutes in right now, and you look at the Axis VPs, they've dropped down to 371. It's a really good early game VP lead for the allies. And I just sense, for the first time ever, I just sense this pressure in Noggano and Scotch. You can tell when Noggano's under pressure because he actually doesn't have manpower, and typically Noggano has like 900 manpower. Like 5 units he likes to play with.
Coasting through it, yeah.
We haven't seen that at all in this series. We've just seen the pressure. Commandos coming in now. Let's see where they decide to land, actually. It's actually behind enemy lines there. It's actually right on the AT gun.
Oh my goodness.
That's a commando glider drop. That's beautiful.
Great wide.
You couldn't be more aggressive, with the Brits here. They've got units crawling up the terrain outside the enemy base. The commandos.
They're doing their best to try to take this pack. Is a glider blocking it? Or they're just holding off for the rifle nades and incendiary nades?
AC just goes down there to the Puma. T70 is trying to clear out the MG42 on the western side of the map. It's just trying to put on this intense pressure.
Piles get killed.
Wow. Yeah, like Scotch has immediately got to replace those because actually, let's have a look in Scotch's base. He does have the tier 2 already, but he's teched up to battle phase 2. He's not going to be able to build now. And given the resource income at the moment, they may have been looking to go for tier 3 here. AT grenades coming in from the conscripts. And that's going to be a long throw. Wow, that took a long time to get the AT grenade off. But it is there. Well, let's see. Noggano and Scotch, they've done really well actually to not lose too much during those engagements. They just got to get everything repaired now and work together to break through this allied front line. Meanwhile though, we're just seeing a lot of time being spent now for teching. We haven't got company command post for the Brits yet. I think Seeking Guy is just happy to play with the British infantry for the moment. Look at that. 3 Tommy squads. Then you've got the infantry section being able to throw the pyrotechnic supplies, the coordinated fire, and then the commandos. I mean, it's good frontline army.
Great composition. Until they start getting upgrades, these mainline Axis Grenadiers are going to have the worst time against covered up Tommies. And CreativeName's composition is no joke either. He's got 4 cons, a guard, Maxim, and a T70 that can be on the map. He can be everywhere. Look at the pop gap difference. It's not too much, but both of them are ahead of their Axis counterparts right now.
T70 here might be going to grab the The scout car. Do I hear that the Stuka's out?
There's a Stuka. Yep.
Oh, it's a pretty good Stuka hit as well. I don't know if it wiped his squad there or just some models, but
There was some models. Really close to wiping that section, but they were a bit scattered enough to avoid it. Commandos take out the MG34 here on the right side. Looks like CreativeName and Seeking are cleaning house right now. They really want to take.
yeah, I mean, this is an amazing ace game actually, because you'd think there'd be a little bit more tension from the pressure. You know, like they're on the verge of doing something pretty impressive and historic here, but it's actually made no difference to them. They're just going straight for it. Scout car here is chasing down the T-70. A lot of the shots aren't penetrating, but surely the T-70 is going to go down now. He's got to commit with that scout car. Just needs a couple more shots to penetrate. But no, the T-70 is going to get away with that. That's a huge problem for Scotch. Although they are going to wipe a conscript squad on the right-hand side. Simply too risky to chase the T-70 down with the 222. Not going to penetrate enough of the time, really. Wow, actually, Volksgrenadiers in number there, just tearing through the conscripts. Wait, what's this? Is this a late retreat there from CreativeName? He loses the second conscript squad. And Scotch and Noggano are playing very, very aggressively down the center now. They actually occupy the British trench that was built in the center. That's really interesting. That's a great mine there that goes off. Going to force two squads to retreat. It's the British Air Force. Puma on the east of the map, just trying to deal with the machine guns. No contest over there whatsoever. Stuka in again. And you know where that's going to be.
Feel kind of robbed there on behalf of Noggano on that AT gun and Maxim. Right on their face. Didn't do too much.
Wow, they've really got so much to put up with. By the way, Noggano and Scotch are about to come down below 200 VPs, less than 20 minutes of the game. This is huge. This is such a good performance by TheSeekingGuy and CreativeName. And it's so unexpected as well. I've really never seen this happen in a 2v2 event. It's so special, actually. Because, you know, when we see this kind of thing, I mean, TheSeekingGuy and CreativeName are going to like raise the bar for the standard of 2v2 play.
Picks up the T-70 with that Hero Puma play. Gets away while being marked targeted too. They might actually clean up the Zis gun here as well. Not quite out yet.
Absolutely no, we're far from calling it. Noggano and Scotch are resourceful. They're not the most feared team in 2v2 for no reason. This is nice. AT gun going to attack move the AT gun. They're trying to stop it from being recrued.
Sappers just went down. Did he? Wow, he actually recruited that. I think the pack missed the killing blow on the decrued C-7.
CreativeName is just being cheeky, going for the fuel point. We see Noggano going over to the right-hand side for the VPs. They've got to stop that VP bleed. It's actually so important. Great infiltration grenades from Noggano there. It's not enough to wipe some models, but it's going to wipe a significant amount of health off of the Maxim, forcing it to retreat. Here's another shot from the Stuka.
Oh, another Volt goes down. Noggano just finished replacing the other one that died with a fresh one, and then he lost the second one. Scotch does have a Broombar coming out, though. If anything can crutch its way to victory for the Axis, it's a Broombar. If you can get it there long enough, make a big impact, they can kind of stabilize before the ISU.
I actually really like this. We probably haven't given enough credit to Gold Path 2 here, because they've been making the time to tech and hold out until they can get reasonable counters. The Broombar, I mean, if you actually have a look right now, CreativeName and Seeking have been so caught up in these infantry engagements. You can just see CreativeName is building tier 4 now, so they've actually allowed Axis to have the vehicle advantage here. And as you say, Brumbar's a huge unit. I think we just saw a squad go down on the right-hand side there. Noggano, he's going to lose his Vet 5 Stern Pioneers as well. They do go down. That's insane. I think 2 squad wipes there.
Gypsy commandos with only 2 models left. That's heartbreaking. I wonder if he used stun nades. Yeah, to that point, not only is CreativeName maybe got a little bit overconfident, in terms of like how the game is going and forgot to tech up, but Seeking has just been bleeding out like crazy. He's been so busy fighting these hectic engagements and getting a lot of manpower losses, recrewing AT gun, that he hasn't had enough manpower to tech up until now, and he's still gotta do his specialization. Noggano is almost completely out of infantry.
Well, this is no weird scenario for Noggano. He's pretty used to playing with no infantry, actually. We'll be lucky if we see him replace it. Noggano is perfectly content to just micro a few units very, very well. By the way, Soviets, they were forced to get the Su-85 to deal with the Brumbar. I think CreativeName is probably hoping he'd just get the ISU out. He could have done. He's definitely up at the VPs for that. He didn't have to build that tier 4, but Su-85 is the safe choice.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
These commandos are having a field day. Nearly wipes out that combat engineer on retreat with the Brumbar. It's gonna go for this stolen MG42. Puma is still Vet 3, doing its best to try to force this infantry off. SU at the field. Misses its first shot against the Brumbar. Double pack though, waiting for the Su-85 and a Riketten. Need to be really careful. They may, like I said, maybe getting a little bit overconfident. Don't want to play into any ambushes. It's the last thing they need right now is to lose the one tank they have on the field.
That's a nice rifle grenade from Scotch. Just trying to get the machine guns off of the center. Brumbar doing a great job. You've got tier 4 now with Panzer authorization. Just defending against the commandos trying to flank up. Now there are some AT guns around the center. There's sight being given by the grenadiers here, so the Su-85 can't contest the Brumbar. But actually it looks like they're taking it quite far back to heal even at this point.
If I were him, I would just park it behind that shack and hope that the attack grounds don't penetrate too frequently so you can contest that VP, because right now their primary concern is going to be VPs while they try to stabilize. They're going to lose the north as well. This flamethrower is just doing work against this grenadier. Noggano does get an oversquad though.
He's going to need it to move pretty quickly. Stukas, by the way, they've just spotted the 6-pounder and the Zis gun firing on the tier 4. Seeking Guy will be good to get out there quickly. This is a great hit. Wipes the Zis gun crew. The Brumbar is now in to try and finish that off. Got to be so careful with the Su-85.
Was up one of the AT guns too, completely. It's a good pickup. Oh, the Su-85 has vision of him there. Puma's moving up to support as well.
I think we're going to see the Puma actually go around for a flank.
Is he actually going to go for it?
I think he
No
will.
way.
This would be beautiful if he gets it. Got a lot of work to do here.
He's flared up too. Oh, he's missing both shots now.
Oh, he's managed to get a line of sight blocker.
Oh no.
That's a rear
What
armor
the?
hit. I don't know.
He's gonna kill it.
He's going to ping the last shot. No, Momo, the Puma goes down. That's so sad.
Reverse.
Air supremacy, by the way, called down on the over the Panzerschwerer
Puma's not known for
headquarters.
hitting shots moving at full speed though, to be fair. Those two missed.
Oh man, to knock out the Panzerschwerer headquarters. Noggano has
That means he
not got
can't
an
get the Panther anymore.
Nope, actually it completely removes his ability to bring out the Command Panther. He's got to go for it again. You can see him building the SWS now. That is...
He's gonna bet on Scotch building a Panther here, and him providing Rakettenwerfers. But that's the reason why you don't place a greedy Panzerschwer headquarters, unlike before where you wouldn't really get punished for it, because you could just call in the Command Panther. But now you need... Oh, look at this retreat, Nate! Almost
That's
gets...
beautiful. That's beautiful. Of course he's going to get the kill on the retreat. Wow. Amazing grenade on the retreat path. Flares going off on the left-hand side. We're also going to be dropping off a little bit of vision so you can see what's around the area.
Suka Barrage nearly wipes out the MG-34. Comet's just having a field.
Nothing really contesting that Comet at all. There is a Pack 40 there. The Brumba hasn't really noticed the danger.
Getting really close. Both penetrating shots.
I mean, it's not a terrible situation for Axis. Losing the Panzerschwer headquarters is no doubt one of the worst things that can really happen, but they're not without options at the moment. CreatifeName, when is he going to go for the ISU? In fact, he just had a... Oh, no, there it is.
Got it. Yep. Saw that huge resource sink. You can bet your ass there's an ISU on the field.
Okay, I take it back. This is a terrible situation for the Axis.
No, this is awful. Scotch is gonna have to carry super hard to even stay in this game for Gold Path, because there's no tank option for Noggano right now. He's gonna have to probably get a JP4 in the next few minutes. But the problem is he has to spend another 60 fuel on Panzer authorization. There just isn't enough time. The Brumbar and Pax aren't gonna be able to against an ISU just sitting in the back doing whatever it wants. Right now it's just all about survival, if they can even do that.
First shot on the ISU is, and it's been seen by Scotch there. Artillery flares are coming in constantly from Noggano. I think he's just looking for targets for the Stuka. They've managed to really get on top of the VP issue because they were losing VPs at an incredible rate towards the start of this game. There is a Panther on the field, by the way. They do have access to fragmentation bombs, which will stun some of the tanks here, so there are some options for play.
What are they doing? They're parked in front of 4 AT guns. Look at the ISU getting melted.
There's the fragmentation bomb we were looking for.
No way. No
Can they follow this up with anything? Can they actually follow this up with anything? In fact, Scotch is going to go in. Mark target's been dropped. This is really risky.
What are you doing?
I don't know, actually, because if he gets the Comet down here, it's so tense. The Panther just needs one more shot. Why has he stood still? He's got a ground attack from here, surely.
He's buttoned. That's why the guards are buttoning him.
Oh, but he manages to get a swing shot on the Comet.
He gets an out-of-control shot on the Comet, and it's abandoned. ISU's in the corner of the... Look at all those decrewed pack guns in the middle. Where's Noggano?
Well, they have to get something like together right now to deal with this. Brumba, I'm really sure what that unit's doing is trying to actually just keep that VP. ISU completely on its own over there. They're trying to maybe get back into the Comet, but it's severely engine damaged right now. Even the Brumbear would be a fine option to go in with this. Do they even know? Do they actually know that it's...
Comet, it's whittling away.
Do they know?
Look at the way. I don't think they noticed. I think if they see it and can't kill it, I expect a rage quit. I would do it. That would be. Oh, he's gonna repair here.
Well, you see the Rakettans actually coming around on the right-hand side. Noggano's dropping flares, the artillery flares.
ISU.
Let's actually see. No, Noggano spotted it right now. He can see the Rakettans are coming down. He can still see that the Comet's trying to move out of range, but look at this. Commandos are there for Seeking Guy. I think the Stuka is going to be firing in this direction as well.
Oh my god, he doesn't know the commander.
Yes, he gets it! He gets it with a well-placed Stuka barrage. That is the genius of Noggano to try and recover that situation.
God, would have sucked to have that come back at it. But they're going to lose a Raketin because of it.
Hey, I think that's fair. Actually, this retreating model may see the ISU there. I think it does. It detects it through the fog of war as it's retreating. So, Flash Gordon there, just managing to give some intel back to the Axis.
All gun batteries reporting. Reconnaissance by flare now available.
I'm confused why he committed to the Raketin push there when he spotted it with the flares and then Stuka it, but I guess
I think
he
wasn't sure the Stuka was going to get it, to be honest.
True. It's hard to criticize them because of the position they're in right now. They're desperate to clean things up. Actually, unfortunately for them, Seeking's got another Comet.
This is interesting, right? So Noggano's going to deal with the infantry build from both players by going for double Obersoldaten. Scotch really is kind of taking the defense initiative right now with the Brumbear. But he is coming up on
Scotch
fuel.
He's had really good preservation. All his Grens are still alive. He just had to rebuild piles once.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that Scotch has kind of carried this game to a point where Noggano can get back into it, but the Axis teams, they're actually doing well, like, because they're keeping the the VP bleed down. Noggano's going for the right-hand side, and then suddenly we're going to see a situation where Axis will get fuel again. You don't want to let Noggano back into the game here. Obersoldaten there, you see, with the STGs, really, really good against units in cover. This is a bad time for that Pack 40 to change positions. Why did it turn to face the other direction?
The Comet was harassing the left VP. He was trying to look towards that, but ISU's back to say hello. ISU gets a nice hit on those Grens, knock them down pretty low, but he can save a lot of manpower.
Noggano's finally managed to get his command panther in. I actually didn't think it was going to happen in this game.
Seriously. It's a miracle. Oh, nice ambush from the Raketin and Pax. Get the ISU down to 3/4. Tried to pull back a little bit.
Oh, nice hit. Opening hit from the command panther there. I think that was actually a ground attack shot. Flares are up again from Noggano, so the Stuka barrage is being fired right now. We know where that's going to be. Can we see magic from this?
Oh my god, they need this.
It's actually a really good hit, and the fragmentation bomb's coming in from the other side because the units are retreating that way. It's decent,
no way.
But it's not enough for the squad wipe. And whilst Noggano got the right side VP there, CreatifeName did a really good job to go over to the left and take that center held by allies. So the VPs are still draining, even after all that work that Scotch has been doing.
Scotch has been preserving so well that he can get another Panther here in just a moment. Double Panthers. What was that attack ground for? He's like thinking there was something hiding there.
The mortar pit is usually there, like every single game. So Noggano's probably like, oh, we'll just see if it's there. Well, typical of how Seeking Guy and CreativeName have been playing this whole series. They're just really, really focused on VPs right now. And, look where it's got them. They're going to give a triple cap. And triple cap right now, the Axis, they're going to have to double up here. I can't see any other way out of this now. They've just got to, like,
we're going to see a push come in very soon. Once the second Panther from Scotch hits the field, they're going to look for an opportunity. Or force an opportunity, because they're running out of time. Brumbar going to have a good time at taking this VP. Should be one down. Losing was huge for the Axis.
Well, there's the call for 75 VPs. It's already down to 70 after that Stuka strike comes in. It's a big one. Scotch has just managed to get a Panther out.
The Volks are trying so hard to decap the middle. And I think there's command. No, there's not command. There's a squad at the south. Mark target goes down on the Comet. Trading shots here. Hacks moves reversing. Boombar's pushing up. Where's the the Austere Panthers also on the back lines? Boombar's probably trying to soak up all the hits here for the Panthers so they can have more HP pushing in, but Noggano's moving in a little unsupported here. What is he trying to chase down? The SU-85, he's taking too much damage, he gets focused out and gets annihilated.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. And Scotch, I think they were ready for the all-in push there, but they just needed that Command Panther shot to connect. Didn't happen. Scotch is actually starting to retreat now. I think he's just completely unconfident. Do they have the VPs to maybe pull back and try again? I don't think they do. They've got the VP on the left, and they're about to decap center VP, but you can just see CreativeName and TheSeekingGuy, they're just throwing bodies into the VP. Really nice blink of grenade there. There's tons of grenades flying around the center VP as they just try to knock out the opposing one. That's a great grenade though from the Obersoldaten. Bundle grenade, it should allow them to decap. They've got to get this decap right now. Somehow they're just clinging onto it, Momo.
Won't last long here. They're losing that Panther was too much.
They managed to get a squad wipe on the retreat there that the Obersoldaten couldn't take down themselves. Obersoldaten in the center should cap the VP. Noggano's also gone to the right hand side, and allies, they're just starting to fall apart a little bit, but they should be fine. This is great from Scotch. I don't know why he decided to take the MG42 back there after just using incendiary rounds.
Everyone left are about to get capped. Fortunately, they got the south neutralized and going back to their order, but too many losses. The only redeeming part about those engagements is how many units they wiped on Seekings, and they wiped that AT gun, the sapper, and I think there might have been an MG wipe. I'm not sure. Those Obers did a lot of work in the middle. He's actually got a third Ober squad out now. Boombar's gonna have to sneak in there. Grens, I don't know if they're gonna make it in time to the cab. Just barely stuck the cab. Look at it. Not even an empty slot there.
Wow.
Wow, that was crucial. Holding on to another 35 VPs. Holding on for dear life.
Oh, we're seeing the T-34s in the build for CreativeName. TheSeekingGuy's going for another Comet. You just cannot fault how TheSeekingGuy and CreativeName have played this game so far. They have done so well in this tournament. The ace game from them is beautiful. They're putting so much pressure on Noggano and Scotch.
The Stuka is nearly vet 4.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Something just died on the OKW side.
It's the
Stuka
right
wiped
side.
the Raketten work from the middle. Oh, it was a Volk.
Yeah, commandos are straight in there.
Scotch has got all his stuff repaired up. He still hasn't suffered any losses yet in his last big engagements. He's still holding on to everything.
No, Scotch is a massive MVP there. He does just lose Grenadiers on the center VP. No VPs being drained from either player right now. The Comet, I think, is
looking for the Stuka maybe.
I mean, 2 Comets, the Panther's just going to get pushed back slowly over time. It's coming down a lot to the Pack 40 here. And I think actually we've got the... we don't have focus sight on the SU-85, but Veteran C3 focus sight is very, very long range. Hopefully we do get to see that. But that's a great spotting unit for the Allies right now.
Here comes the bleed again once this middle gets capped. Another Stuka barrage. This thing fires so frequently now thanks to its veterancy. Oh. Almost gets those 2 squads. Does a good amount of damage on the ISU itself.
Can you see
Gonna wait
Noggano's
another
attempt
minute.
on the right-hand side here? They're,
He knows there's some.
oh, actually, how did he just spot the commandos there?
No idea. But now
Looks
they're
like
in a
they just-
trench. That Seeking put down to cap the point, and he's gonna have to dodge a bundle nade here.
Noggano just spotted that. It's gonna hop in and out.
Enemy threatening a capture
Yep,
point.
easy dodge.
Pretty good from him. They
Seeking's
can't
just
lose
trying to
this
buy some
VP on
time.
the left.
Hopefully, one Raket in here to try to push back this Comet. Comet was already a bit hurt, so he needs to be careful here. That Raket is shooting so quickly. Looks like the bottom is secure, but yep, upside. There's a Broom Bear and a very hurt Grenadier.
Whoa, big shot from
Noggano
the
just
Comet
popped in.
on the Obersoldaten.
Oh my god, they're Vet 4 too. You can't lose those.
It's so
Oh, those
desperate.
Comets are surrounding these guys here on the south. Noggano found on the top with Scotch's Panther.
So look what's
This is
happening in the
our
south. The
second
Panther
Command
is going
Panther.
for the T-34. And this is a moment where Command Panther came in for Noggano, and I think they may see an opportunity here. They're going to rush up to the Su-85 as well. This is probably the last play of the game. Fragmentation bomb on the AT gun. And this is going to be
All these
huge if that
hits.
hits. What an amazing fragmentation bomb.
Oh my god, he just lost his entire army. The Comet's re-rotated back around, and this Panther didn't get the memo. Noggano Panther completely retreated.
VP Drain has stopped once again.
They're gonna recap the south though. There's only 16 points left for them. They need to get these units into the middle cap. The packs weren't ready to support that push. They're so hurt themselves. They didn't want to risk it. So that middle end is gonna get toasted. He needs to get out of here. Now that those Obers have tagged in. Oh, they went down to 12 and have stopped the drain, but they just don't have anything to stop the ISU. Look at this pack. He's so close to death. That's the uphill dots I was talking about. The ISU just completely missed there. If you hold Alt and kind of level the land a little bit, you can see what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Different.
Brumbear has got to clear out the center VP here. You have Vet 5 Obersoldaten on the right, but I think Noggano is too busy elsewhere at the moment to actually get them over to the VP on that side. Mark target down on the Comet, and that should mean that the Comet goes down. Brumbear still survives, but there's only 12 VPs. The VP drain is now back on. Noggano has got to move that Command Panther away. Let's see if this Vet 5 Obersoldaten can save the game here.
Spreading through. No, there's not enough time. They can just sit in the cap here. I think that's it.
It really may be it. Maybe we're looking at the last few seconds of this game. Massive respect to all the players in here. It cannot be saved at this point. CreativeName and TheSeekingGuy have done the seemingly impossible, and they've actually beat Goldpath 2 in a finals of a 2v2 tournament. GG. That is an amazing ace game performance from them. That is huge. They did not feel the fear at all when they were playing that. Right from the start of that game, pure aggression, and that absolutely just sets the standard for 2v2 right now. They used off-meta commanders through this series. Like they switched things up. They weren't afraid to play a bit different from the game's like dominant strategies, and that is huge. What an amazing addition to the 2v2 scene to have these two guys. Also, by the way, massive credit to Scotch and Noggano for putting on an amazing show as well. Like, just for holding out for those 5 games.
Given how late it is for all of you guys, too.
Yeah. GG.
How many hours these guys are playing. GG.
Well, there we have it, everyone. Your finalists, your winners of the 2v2, the Ultimate Team Tournament 2 event. CreativeName and Seeking Guy. These guys are going to be really happy with themselves at the moment. I absolutely loved what they did in that series. I loved the fact that we got to see Royal Engineer Regiment in Game 4. I loved that we got to see Commandos from the Brits in Game 5. They really, really show just like a variety of the 2v2 Commander loadouts, which is just a pleasure to see. Hope everybody in the chat had a good time watching that. As much fun as we've had. This is our 9th hour casting now.
9 hours for you. For me, it's more like actually quite a bit. Never mind.
I'm just gonna check quickly. I know some of these players are
like
desperate to
6
get
hours.
off to bed, but I don't know if actually these guys wanted to come in for a quick interview. I will just check quickly. I believe it's getting on late for them, so they may or may not be able to. For anybody that has missed any of the games today, I will be uploading them all to YouTube. There's 10 of them, so give that some time. I just want to say, by the way, at this point, we have to give huge thanks to the organizer of this event, Kurahi and Sturmpanther, who put on this incredible event for all of us. And of course, thanks for letting myself and Momo cast it. Momo, thank you very much for co-casting with me today and some other days of the event.
Always
and
a
also,
pleasure.
thank you. And of course, to all the referees, the people who do the hard work behind the scenes, who are actually screen watching the players to make sure that there is fair play going on in the games. That's an effort in itself. Those guys have been doing that like for a huge portion of the day as well. And of course, thanks to everyone on Twitch, all the people that come out and support the Company of Heroes 2 competitive scene. You guys are the reason why this game is picking itself up as an esport. It's because, you know, the viewers and the players all support it, donate to it, and that obviously is the reason why we are here today. So I've just got the confirmation we haven't got any interviews.
That's all right, understandable.